I spend so much time fawning over artists on Instagram, absolutely falling in love with them, obsessing over them, and sharing them to my stories, that it would make absolutely no sense for me not to share those artists with you guys. Today I'm going to share with you guys 4 artists that I see making strides in the art market and that I'm excited, overwhelmingly happy to follow their careers, and I hope that you guys will be as well. What's going on, guys? It's MoriahAlisee, and I'm back again to talk all things art. Today I want to talk to you guys about 4 artists that I have absolutely fallen in love with just following them on Instagram, and then was able to take it a bit further and start following their career. But the first thing that I want you guys to do is go ahead and press that subscribe button. It helps support my page, and it also lets you know when I'll be talking about art. So the very first artist that I want to talk to you guys about is Bisa Butler. The very first time that I seen Bisa Butler was on Instagram, and I absolutely fell in love. Just like I always do, I started obsessing. I spent about 10 minutes on her page just staring at the pieces that she's posted. And then I started to go to other websites like Artsy, and I went to YouTube and I started to listen to her speak. And not only did I fall in love with her art, I began to fall in love with what I believe her spirit is. Now, Bisa is a textile artist that creates portraiture with quilts. I think what initially made me fall in love with her art is I seen a little bit of my culture in her pieces. It was very colorful in a way that felt very much like Louisiana, where I closely grew up to, or somewhere that I travel often, like New Orleans. And then after I began to listen to her interviews, I realized that her mother is from New Orleans and that she's heavily inspired by jazz. So that was a winner for me. She also seems to be heavily influenced by fashion, and that's something that really stands out to me. Here recently, she's been written about by Vogue and Guardian magazine, and that just makes so much sense, because if you take a look at her work and you see how she constructs those items of clothing together and how all of those patterns just seem to come together, I've never seen anyone be able to place patterns like that and textures like that in such a beautiful, composed way. I definitely have seen Bisa make some wonderful strides in her career. She's starting to get recognized by different writers, by different critics, and on Instagram. I haven't quite found any auction results for Bisa yet, but that's okay. She seems to be a primary market artist right now. What I'm really excited to see is if she's gonna cross over to the secondary market lane. I would really love to see it, because I believe that's how a lot of our work is preserved, and that's how it becomes worth so much more monetarily. The next artist that I want to talk about is Alex Gardner. His name is Art Poser on Instagram, and he has easily become one of those artists that I would die to have his work in my house. The way that he's able to take his subjects, take the face off of them, and still make us feel their emotion. He makes us feel it with their movements and how their bodies are connecting with each other, paired to the architecture that's in the background, able to simplify his color palette and make us feel the subjects and the stories in those moments strictly through their body language is something that's very difficult to do, especially when you're an artist that takes away the face, namely a faceless artist. So it's very difficult for me to access the sales and the price points of his work. He's also one of those artists that I definitely want to see hit the secondary market. I'm not sure if that's what he wants as an artist, but as a collector, I would love to see that happen. I really look forward to collecting Alex Gardner's work one day, and hopefully I'm able to do that soon. Now, I really don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. I couldn't find any interviews where they actually spoke his name, so I can know if I was pronouncing it the right way. Now, what he seems to do is blend real moments, sprinkle a little bit of surrealism, kick it with some juxtaposition, and there you go. Now, what I believe makes his work so amazing is how he's able to blend those moments with this sense of architecture and this really huge space, and it feels like you could just walk into it. It almost feels like a movie, like it's not real, but it could be real, and it could be your life. I really connect with his work, and I've really been looking into collecting a few. It seems like he's just been picked up by a gallery in the UK as well as a gallery in the US. I'll link those below. Now, what I don't know is if Tish Barzani has been in any large-scale exhibitions, but I really look forward to seeing his work in a large scale on a white wall pretty soon. The last artist that I really want to talk about is Osadebe. Dennis describes his work as neo-African and the idea of reimagining what African culture is. He creates this perfect blend of digital work and acrylic on canvas really letting us into moments that are in his life. He expresses that many times African people are looked at a certain way, and he wanted to take that and make it more game-like, make it more fun. What I do love about Dennis is he is allowing his work to be sold at auction. Just recently here, he was in the Hong Kong Phillips auction, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of his work hit the auction market. Now, not only is Dennis a painter, not only is Dennis a digital artist, but he's also a sculptor. His sculptures are actually what drew me to them. There's this one that I really fell in love with, where he has a sculptor's hand on his chest as if he's alluding to something, and he also covers that face with a mask. I really want to get that piece. So Dennis, I've been looking on Artsy. It looks like they're all sold out. If you see this video, please let me know what it will take for me to get my hands on that piece. So guys, those are the 4 artists that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Very brief, but wanted to introduce you to them so you can go check out their Instagram for yourself. Also, check them out on Artsy. It's a really good place to really get a look at all of their pieces in one place. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe and hit that little ding button so you know exactly when I'm posting videos. I try to do them once a week. I try to do them once a week. I've really been on a stride here, hoping I can continue to give you guys videos once a week. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day. Have a blessed week. All right. Love you guys. Stay real.